Well, hello there, Internet, and welcome to WWE 2K24 MyGM mode. I'm doing this once again, a brand new year, lots of changes. Let's hop in here in a 4-player versus the CPU GM mode, of course, playing as myself. And this time, making the attempt to return Monday Night Raw to prominence as the A show. Which means that running SmackDown will indeed be Holla Holla Theodore Long. We'll have William Regal running the Black and Gold NXT. And yes, Paul E. Dangerously, Paul Heyman gonna run ECW. Well, that's the 4. Let's go. And I will leave everything on default except for I made some changes onto the draft pool. And so, Season 1, let's get the draft underway. We have 4 brands choosing these superstars, so careful selection is going to be incredibly consequential. And I feel like my first choice here should be Bayley because she is a specialist. So Bayley, first round draft pick, ding dong, hello. Meanwhile, SmackDown chooses Randy Orton, NXT chooses Finn Balor, and ECW chooses R-Truth. That's what's up. And in having a specialist 4-horse woman in Bayley, then certainly the giant face Charlotte Flair is going to be in contention for that title. So yes, the Queen comes to Raw. SmackDown chooses Alexa Bliss. NXT chooses Rhea Bloody Ripley, and ECW gets Shayna. That seems appropriate. Shayna Baszler to ECW. But of course, that means I should have a men's champion, and why not make that men's champion the Ring General Gunther? SmackDown gets Austin Theory, A-Town down. NXT grabs Otis. I'm coming. And Big Bronson Reed goes to ECW. So now, Gunther needs a opponent, and of course, Sami Zayn is the perfect opponent for Gunther, as we've seen here in real life lately. So let's go with Sami Zayn. Meanwhile, SmackDown gets Tamina, nobody Mina. NXT gets Candice LeRae, the Poison Pixie, and Xia Li goes to ECW. Watching our roster here at 1.489 in the bank, we now have our men's and our ladies. So it is time to consider who should be my mid-card champion here on Raw. The obvious choice being Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah, Logan Paul to SmackDown. NXT gets Braun Strowman, and ECW goes for Tommaso Ciampa. And standing face to face with LA Knight, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm now under 1 million. Julius Creed goes to SmackDown. NXT gets Dirty Dom, you bastards. I want that trade. And Omos to ECW. I didn't even see down there Dirty Dom. I would have grabbed him if I could. Now, I spent a lot on all of my top 6 picks here, and so I need tag teams. And I'm going to cheap out on the tag teams, so going down to the bottom here and seeing who in the blue hell would be good for a tag team. Bit of business. Who is the cheapest here? Let's get that Waller bump. SmackDown gets Tony D'Angelo. NXT gets Chad Gable. Shush, please. And ECW gets Apollo Crews. Crews can't lose. And so teaming with Grayson Waller, who is a bruiser. One half of Pretty Deadly Kit Wilson, who is a specialist. SmackDown gets Piper Niven, the Giant. NXT gets Mitchin, Mia Yim. And ECW gets Tiffany Time, Tiffany Stratton. So I have one tag team here. That is Kit and Grayson, bruiser and specialist. I want now a face fighter and a face whatever. And so at almost the cheapest possible contract here, Trick Williams can go across the ring from both Kit Wilson and Grayson Waller. SmackDown gets Katana Chance. NXT goes for Valhalla. And EC Dub gets Cameron Grimes to the moon. Waller and Wilson fight Trick and who? We're heading to Chase U. Andre Chase, my final pick here in the draft. 400,000 still in the bank. Giovanni Vinci goes to SmackDown. Ludwig Kaiser goes to NXT. And Drew Gulak goes to ECW. Now, I, at this point on round 11, don't need any more picks. I can end my draft. The Monday Night Raw roster is complete. Meanwhile, Zoe Stark goes to SmackDown. NXT gets Duke Hudson. ECW gets Gigi Dolan. SmackDown gets Blair Davenport. NXT selects Wolfgang. And they're done with their picks. And honestly, focusing your show on Finn and Rhea is not a bad move. ECW gets Carmelo Hayes. SmackDown gets MVP Ballin. And SmackDown, Teddy is done with his centerpieces of Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton. Not bad. ECW gets Dijak. And Paul Heyman's roster here. R-Truth and Shayna Baszler are your two leading characters. Interesting. If anybody could do it, it'd be Paulie. And here is your look at the starting rosters of these brands. The Hall of Fame. Yeah, thanks. Newark, New Jersey. Appropriate. Tonight is the night. The debut show. The game. I was born for this. I've done it now a number of times, Triple H. I'll manage somehow, right? Holla holla. Attack Slug. How's it going, playa? Obviously, with having Alexa Bliss on our books, we'll give Raw more than a run for its money. Yes, but who is going to go one-on-one with The Undertaker? And Paul Heyman. Hey, Attack. Want to let you know, I'm taking ECW to the top power rankings and staying there. I don't think Raw stands a chance. You really think you can contend? We have superstars like R-Truth? Get real. Champion, my champion, it's Gunta. My men's tag team champions will be Waller and Kit Wilson. My mid-card champion is L.A. Knight. And my women's champion is Bayley. And yeah, this part where they're going to be tag champs together and not actually defend them, look, it means extra popularity, right? So we're doing that because, sure. Raw Power card sold out. Contract negotiation 2. And Triple H says, my least popular giant is in a match this week. I think I only have one giant. Or no, I have two. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to book them both. So both Gunta and Charlotte are going to be in a match this week because it's our first show. We have to. Let's use our Legend Whisperer card here. And who should be Legend? I think Gunta should be the Legend. Now 20 for Gunta. In terms of logistics, do we go immediately with 400k in the bank and buy the concert hall to unlock submission matches, or do we think of something else, perhaps Backstage Crew, Fog Effects, or the email campaign? What does that unlock? So, alright, that unlocks a tag match, that unlocks a steel cage match. Honestly, from what I've heard, the only way this year to end rivalries when you want to end them, even not on pay-per-view, is that steel cage match. We need that steel cage match. So, that one, yes, we're doing it. Fog Effects. From what I've heard, you get one asset per week. So now I gotta wait 2 weeks to be able to unlock something else here in that. But in the meanwhile, let's see what our first show might look like. Of course, main event, Gunta, Sami Zayn for that world title. Yes, please. Open the show with Bayley and Charlotte for that world title. Yes, please. Then we have LA Knight versus Nakamura, US title. Lock it in. And tag teams, playa. Normal. Kit and Grayson versus Andre Chase and Trick Williams for those tag team titles. But that means there is no one to book for promos. Now, I did want to look here in perhaps, can we see anything else in here? Yes, season history. Oh, I can't see anything until the week is over. I wanted to see where my opponent's budget was to perhaps make some purchases on new superstars. Beyond that, but let's grab some local talent to cut charity promos. So Adrian Buck at 25K. So sign him for a, hold on. Oh, you can change the contract duration here. That's new. Let's give him a 4-week deal. And Clay Courtman is way cheap, but he has a 3 out of 5 on his promo skills, so sure. We need some charity promos. Those have proven to be very useful. Now we're at 326. Should we look for somebody that has perhaps a renowned star and spend the 10K on that and see who pops up on search? So one more. Carmella, Eric, Braun Breaker, and Carl Anderson. So how much? All right, 5 weeks, 60K, Braun Breaker. Tempting. You know what? Yes, we'll sign Braun Breaker. And do I have a card to make him permanent? Or is that not in my... I can add 4 weeks. Sure, we sign Braun Breaker. Let's add 4 weeks to his contract. So Braun Breaker, you'll be here for a little bit. In terms of purchasables here, we got XP, we got fixed match, we got injury rehab, it's whatever. So back to my booking of the show, and give me those charity promos. The question is, this year, right, does the computer run guys into the ground? Because that's been the case in the past couple of years where the stamina is an issue for the computer, and injuries pile up, and then I win. So hopefully some more mindful matches. I think with having to actually unlock matches as you go along, that might prevent that from happening. So, alright. And we'll do a self-promo here with Braun Breaker. So get him some more pop, hopefully. There we go. Alright, so 26K on my show cost, which is pretty trivial, so not mad at that. Otherwise, we're good on everything else, I think. Oh, we have perk decisions. So this is also new. Because I made him a legend, we have to decide what he gets for perks. So, fighter bonus class or bruiser bonus class. So, class change to swap between giant and fighter. Alright, hold on, but I don't want to swap class, right? Because I need him to be a giant right now to fight the cruiser in Sami Zayn. However, making him good at Extreme Rules, sure, confirm. But perk 3, I'm not that worried about perk 3 right now. So, I think we're good there. Yeah, that's our only real choice to make is that, because everybody else is not at level 20 yet, so don't gotta worry about all of that. Now then, that is our first show full of title matches. Confirm that booking. Monday Night Raw. Women's Champion defends. Bayley is the winner. It was 3.5 stars and retained. Charity promo was okay. Tag team titles. Ken Waller and Wilson defend against Chase and Williams. Yes, they can. And still, it was okay. 2.5. Charity from Clay Courtman. It was good. Mid-card U.S. title. L.A. Knight. No, because Nakamura the new. 3.5 stars. It was great, but no rivalry. Braun Breaker gets +1. And your main event, the World Championship, Gunther, Sami Zayn. Cruiser, giant, face, heel, Sami Zayn overcomes the odds and is the new World Champion, 3.5. But no rivalry. Let's see what SmackDown has got going on here. Alexa Bliss versus Tamina, but non-title. Nobody Mina, Alexa gets the win. It was 2.5 new rivalry. Zoe Stark gets 0. Katana and Blair, Cruiser, Specialist. And it is Blair Davenport, and it is 2 stars, no rivalry. Piper Niven gets pop 3. Tony and Logan, Specialist, Fighter. And it is Tony with the win over here. 2 stars, new rivalry. Main event, tag team titles. We don't have inaugural champions, so this is going to be our inaugural champion, because there's no little thing there. But also, Randy Orton is your world champion, but also Austin Theory. There's a lot going on here, is running in. So, bro, I don't know. It is MVP Giovanni Vinci, the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, 2.5 stars. It was okay. NXT Tables match, Rhea and Mia Yim for that women's title. And Mia goes through that table. It was good. 3 stars. New rivalry. Poison Pixie gets 3K on the charity. Mid-card, Duke and Wolfgang for that title. And Duke Hudson, the North American champion, 2.5. It was okay. The call out from Valhalla to Candice sparks a new rivalry. Mid-card tag team titles, Kaiser and Dom versus Braun and Gable. That's certainly a matchup. So, the NXT tag champs are Braun Strowman and Chad Gable. Rivalry, 2.5 stars. And your main event is Finn Balor defending against Otis. Fighter, bruiser, face, heel, and new? Nope. Balor retains. It was great. 3.5 stars. And finally, ECW opens with this tag team matchup. It is Bronson Reed, Dijak versus Hayes and Ciampa who win the match. 2 stars. No rivalry. R-Truth cuts an excellent 15,000 on the charity promo. Good lord. Drew Gulak, Cameron Grimes in the mid-card. As a reminder, there is no women's title in ECW. 2 stars, new rivalry. The call out from Tiff to Gigi. It was so good from 0 to 2. Baszler, Xia Li. What do we get? We get Baszler, the submission magician, with a 2.5 new rivalry. Gigi gets +2. Main event, Omos. World TV title versus Apollo Crews. Crews can't lose. Who will be the champion? It is indeed the Nigerian Nightmare, the Giant, your ECW TV champion, 2.5 new rivalry. And so Raw wins the first, ties the second, wins the third, and ties on the main event. Good booking, baby. Good, and good. Continue. And so we get 54,000 in our fan change, and we made 31K in the money. SmackDown does 38,000, and they make 50K. And they have 137 in their budget. NXT does 47, and they make 32 with a 155 in their budget. And ECW does 54, and they get 57 there in the cash. ECF&W Raw gets a self-promotion power card, some pre-match physio, and Paul Heyman indeed somehow is in that top spot because that's just how Paul operates. So, I'm in second, and then Regal and Theodore behind me. But that gap is a mere 598 fans, Paul. I'm coming for that spot. I want it. I need it. San Antonio, Texas, heading to Hell in the Cell. LA Knight, yeah, wants a rematch, dummy. Get that clause before anybody else fights Shinsuke. LA Knight gets to fight Shinsuke. Sure thing. Don't keep him waiting too long. Shoes of a champion. What are my season challenges? Book 10 Fatal 4-Ways. Do 5 trades. 15 one-on-one matches. Spend 1,000 or more on shows. Surpass a whole lot of money in the bank. Book 10 shows with interference. And I did that one's done. Book 10 shows with a call-out. Book 10 shows with a perfect drama curve. And gain all of that popularity to earn that Hall of Fame trophy. We'll see, man. We shall see, game. That's it for episode 1. I'll see you back here for episode 2. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching my videos right here on this channel. I'll see you next time. And I'm out.